Good morning. My name is Staci Kyle. I'm a graduate student at Wake Forest University in the Sustainability program. I am excited to share with you today my interest and hope for the nation of Haiti and the promise of renewables there. I first went to Haiti in 2010. I went with a group of friends to spend Christmas at an orphanage. When we first arrived, it was evening and very dark outside, which was disorienting and startling actually, given that I was accustomed to street lights and the other light sources that are so prevalent here in the United States. So we arrived at the orphanage and they had not started the generators yet, and so it was completely dark, but the children were ready to engage, and so they wanted to do our hair, which I was happy to oblige, but I think my disoriented state allowed me to agree to be photographed, which I don't think I would have done otherwise. Electricity in Haiti is sporadic, which means they don't know how long they're going to have it or when it's going to be available. So this first night there in the dark was really an eye-opener for me. The next day, learning that due to the sporadic electricity, cooking takes on a different form, primarily the use of charcoal and wood products. Unfortunately, that lends to the acute and chronic deforestation issues that the nation faces. But here are a couple of images of the ladies at the orphanage preparing meals for the day. Haiti sits just off the coast of Miami, about 711 miles. It's about a 2-hour plane ride, and it shares an island with the nation of the Dominican Republic. It's a little smaller than the state of Maryland and has a population of 10.5 million people. Again, electricity is sporadic here, although 85% of the energy supply comes from petroleum imports, which accounts for 7% of their GDP. Now, when you add to that only 25% of the Haitian population has access to regular electricity, that's alarming, given that that regular electricity, again, is sporadic, meaning they don't know when it's going to be available or for how long. Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, which was startling to me given the proximity to the United States, and one of the 20 poorest countries in the world. But I have hope for the nation of Haiti and the promise of renewables in addressing some of the challenges that the nation faces. One example of that is the application of solar for education. This group, Haiti Future, is applying technology to the classroom by putting solar panels on schools and providing smart boards for the classroom. This is vitally important, given that 40% of the Haitian population is below the age of 15, and we are living in the information age. Therefore, their understanding and ability to move with technology is critical to their ability to rise or compete in the marketplace. Another example is this hospital, which was a joint venture entered into by GE, the Red Cross, and the Haitian government to build a hospital that's run solely on solar power. Now, this is really important because that means they're able to provide uninterrupted service. Previously, they were reliant on diesel generators or that sporadic electricity provided by the weak infrastructure that's available, but now they are able to provide more consistent health care. Now, solar is not the only form of renewable that's available for Haiti, but just 6 square kilometers of solar panels is enough to provide enough energy for Haiti as the complete amount that was provided or produced in the country in the year 2011. So solar shows promise, but also wind and hydro. All 3 of these could impact the nation and its place and ability to compete in the world market. Henry David Thoreau said, "The world is but a canvas to our imagination." I believe that Haiti is a canvas for the promise of renewables. If and when Haiti is able to apply these technologies of solar, wind, and hydro, they will be able to elevate themselves to compete in the world market and to rectify some of the challenges and address some of the challenges that they face as a nation. I'm excited about that. I'm excited for the opportunity to share that idea and possibility with you, and I'm excited about the promise of renewables for the country of Haiti. Thank you so much for allowing me to share.